So we are in our 8th year homeschooling. We have 2 daughters, 7th grade and 2nd grade is where we're at right now. So I just thought I would share today some of the key things that help to create peace in a homeschool environment. And for us, we live in a small cabin and we first of all spend a lot of time at home. And I think that having a lot of your school days at home automatically help you to establish a rhythm. If you have times that you're going out a lot and coming back, try to make those scheduled and regularly occurring within the week so they can be a part of your rhythm. So within our membership, I share a rhythm guide, and that can be helpful in establishing a regular set of activities throughout the day, and that predictability is really helpful for children just so they know what to expect day to day and what comes up within the week on certain days. This helps not only to simplify your day and to take some of the pre-planning out of things, but it also brings a level of comfort and predictability to the child, which is important. In addition to our rhythm guide, I also have printable calendars and a weekly day of the week wheel that we use. That's nice for transitioning from month to month. At the last week of the month, I usually have my daughter color in the calendar and get reset, and we think about what's coming up that next month, special days that might not be within that rhythm that we're used to. So that helps to think ahead and expect those and look forward to some of the things that the month has to offer. Next, I want to share that as part of that daily rhythm, I highly recommend starting every day with a coming together, a meeting, or maybe you call it a circle, and just taking the time to share a verse, a prayer, and have a little bit of a intentional meditation together. This can be very short, and with younger children it might look different. You might have a story or more songs within that. With the age my children are, they still love songs, so we usually take the time to work on a seasonal song that we're working on together. And you'll be surprised what this adds to your day. I noticed that when we miss this part of the day for some reason or another, our whole day just doesn't feel quite right. It doesn't flow and have that same level of peace. Starting each day with that coming together, that circle or meeting, is very important when planning your rhythm. And another aspect to consider is setting it up so that you alternate with in and out breaths, or more inward activities and more outward activities. It doesn't mean inside, outside, but more like focusing and coming in, and then more outward, collaborative or cooperative activities. Next, keeping your home organized and clutter-free is really helpful. For me, when I have a lot of chaos visually around me, it's harder for me to feel centered and to have a clear mind. So this is especially important, and we have strict rules about putting our work away when we're done, and also at the end of every day we kind of go through together and clean up and get reset so we can start each day fresh with a clean space. And related to that, one thing that you might think of when you think of a Waldorf school or even a Waldorf home environment is the beautiful wooden toys. And first of all, the Waldorf philosophy is much more than that. It's very far-reaching and is very intentional, and this is just one example of where there is intention, and that is just having more minimal toys and keeping them very simple. And this allows for more imaginative flexibility with the play. That's one reason. And the other is the objects themselves. When you look at them, you can see the source of where they come from and imagine too how it came into being. You look at it and you see wood and imagine it being carved into form, or cloth and imagine it coming together. Maybe your child has even witnessed some of these things coming into being. Something that I have found to be especially helpful is to have quiet work baskets. And this is different than having intentional quiet time. This is a basket where there would be things that are easy to pick up and engage with and then set down when we're ready to move on to the next activity. So I usually like to have some handwork in there, maybe a puzzle or different kinds of workbooks. Mad Libs are great. Things that are educational or something that you would have as a part of your school day, but that are fun too, and the children are excited to go to. And then with that, we have some book baskets that I reset each week, and they are connected to the work that we are participating in. Maybe it's the theme of the main lesson, their independent reading works, or just fun books to look at. And lastly, I believe that having a lot of opportunity for outside time brings more peace inside, because there is nothing more peaceful than being outside. It just automatically calms the spirit. We have planned times for that within the day. To start, we go outside, we have our morning chores that we engage with, so that's helpful. And then I think it's important to have free play opportunities outside as well, and then opportunities to engage with the work. And it's usually a seasonal kind of a thing, but we go out together and do an intentional work together that it happens to be outside. Sometimes when it just starts to feel chaotic, that's a good way to automatically bring peace, is to just step outside. So these are some of the main things that I feel really help to bring a peaceful environment into the school time, and I hope that you find that in your home as well.